last full day of work here in Gold Beach just happened, and it was nice. It was full. Yesterday I ground the entire top side, all the rust off the top, which was one of the gnarliest jobs I've ever done, I think. I put my mask on, which I gratefully haven't worn one of those in a while, but put it on for this, and was enveloped in no doubt horribly toxic dust. But you know, I'm fine. Just ate some bananas and drank a bunch of water and hawked some loogies and blew some black boogers out of my nose, but it was worth it, I think. Got it all smoothed out, got it but a lot of the rust, most of the rust off. And then I scrubbed it last night. Gave it a hearty scrubbing with a long-handled brush. Swabbed the decks. That's what I did. And I've done it before, but it's never been as satisfying. Swabbed the decks last night, and this morning I woke up and slathered it with phosphoric acid to kind of transform the rust back into iron oxide. They say to wait 24 hours before you paint over it, but I just wiped it off after a while and went to town. And as you can see, you may have already noticed, I did a new coat of black here on the back, and black stripes all the way down both sides, satin black. That was the only rough oil-based paint I've used, and I don't think I'm going to use oil-based anymore, although yeah, it does go on nice, and it really has a luster. But I like the water-based too, and it's so much less gross. But yeah, I had a can of Rust-Oleum satin black, so I posted that up, and put a new shed. It's amazing, but you know, some suspenders or a vest that'll tidy you up. Then I've started with an enamel paint pen to hand letter the registration numbers on. Judging myself against Mitch, I'm pretty dissatisfied, but you know, it is what it is. You maybe haven't seen all the wood windows done yet, but we got all of them done, so we're gonna hopefully leave it open so the diesel fumes can flow through. But if things get crazy and we need to screw something over those windows, we have something to screw onto. So I'm feeling good about that. Threw a 9 LED spotlight up there. Got all the lights working, which I'm really pleased with. They're all everything's running on a 30 amp fuse. And I tested it, the radio works. Everything works at the same time without blowing the fuse, so I'm feeling good there. I guess I haven't plugged in 3 phones to the 3-phone charger and honked the horn and used the radio all at the same time. But I'm not planning on doing that. Gave the bow, got a little bit of the black on it too. I can see the outside finished with a mirror finish, and it's beautiful. If you haven't seen the dinghy or pram or whatever you want to call it, here it is. It's got almost a 500-pound capacity. A spot for a mast for a little sail. It's got a couple blade keels that slide down in here, or you can put the oars in. Gonna grab some oars that I found on Craigslist on my way up tomorrow. Going to get the crew Nick, Thea, and Tim. So they'll be in the next video when we're underway or preparing to get underway. We will be arriving here tomorrow night. I'm gonna go up tomorrow morning, pick them up in Newport, and come back tomorrow night with everybody. We'll stay the night here and then be ready to rock for our midday departure. For the decks, I went ahead and put a water-based primer with some grit, I think it's silica based. Not exactly sure, but it's nice. It's like grippy, which is what you want up here. And it's shoes off boat now, which feels good. Yesterday, after scrubbing it, was kind of one of the first times I've been like, this is now a shoes off boat. It's amazing, like, until you really clean something. So I've been getting a little festive with the colors. I'll just warn you, I had some extra red when all was said and done, and so I had some rust spots, and I ran out of the yellow. So I got a lot of this. This was a lot of rust up here. So I got it all ground off and put this yellow gritty. This is called Oberon yellow. I thought it was nice. Kind of a cream color that's similar to what's inside. But then I ran out of the yellow. But I still had some rust spots to prime. So the only primer I had was red. So we started getting artsy. So I guess it's officially one of those. It's kind of like when when one of those school buses shows up in your town, and people pop the hood and start scratching their head, and then other people go off and start playing guitar for money. Maybe a cardboard sign that says, "Smile, you're beautiful." But I do think that this is quite a bit nicer. But of course, I'm partial. But yeah, it got a little artsy, got a little funky. It's not really what I had imagined, but I just tried to do as little painting as possible while still covering the rust spots and making it look nice. So that explains, if you're like, why did all this happen? It's like, well, there was a rust spot. There was a rust spot where that yellow triangle is, and another one where that other one is. And there was some rust spots where all this red is. So it got ground down, but couldn't just leave it bare metal. So, like I said, I had planned to do yellow all the way across. I'm not even really sure about this yellow, but this is just primer. So this whole thing could be dipped in navy or whatever. But for now, it'll have to do, because we're out of water-based, and like I said, I don't really use water-based. It's too gross. But yeah, that's the day. I'm about to go for a dip and kind of scrub off and call it a night. It's been a long one, but a good one. And this is the end of almost 2.5 weeks of pretty much constant work, but I've enjoyed it. I feel like Dick Pronecki in Alone in the Wilderness, kind of, where it's like hard work, but I've enjoyed it. That's often how I felt. So, all right, everybody, another sunset. And the seals are playing, and the pelicans are diving, and the wind is back up. You know, the wind's back up a little, which is good, I think, because it really clears it up. At first I was like, ooh, I love this no wind. This is gonna be awesome. But now I'm kind of like, a little bit of wind is my preference, I think. Keeps it clear. Rather have a little bit of wind and see everything than total calm and morning fog, evening fog, that sort of thing. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye.